Welcome to Amazing Friday. The sun has come out. The sun, y'all remember that? It's this big thing up in the sky, and every once in a while we see it.
Yes.
Yesterday we saw it. Today we're going to see it. Tomorrow we're going to see it. Yay!
Yes.
In honor of Smoke on the Mountain, the sun has come up this morning. Is there a song, The Sun has come up this morning? Yeah.
And you know what else is starting this weekend?
What?
A little racing preview.
Oh,
they
that's
had Daytona
right.
practice.
That's
and
right.
I am so psyched for NASCAR.
That's right, and I am so psyched for Smoke on the Mountain.
I know, you're going to have so much fun.
Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. And I will tell y'all, if you want a sneak peek, the cast will be staying at Harry and Lynn Dawson's cabin. I could give y'all directions to it, and you could sneak and look in the windows and see what they look like without their makeup, or you can just wait and see them on stage. I can tell you this is going to make you laugh. It's going to make you, when you leave there, you're going to feel uplifted, and it is a great way for us to give back to the community. Smoke on the Mountain has not been in this area. It is like a big deal to bring this class of acting to a little tiny town. Now, this is a little tiny town with a big heart, and I say that all the time. We want you to bring your heart and bring a can of food, because the tickets, we've decided, because of all the crazy weather and people trying to find tickets, yada, 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 $12 advance or $12 at the door. We're going to do it that way, and please, please bring a can of food. Any kind of can of food you want to bring a can of food.
I hope you get a lot of food.
To fill the pantries of Copper Basin, you know, is one of those areas that is really, really struggling financially. A lot of jobs lost and not many jobs replaced. And there's something going on we can't talk about, and I wish we could, and I wish the lady had returned the call, but there are some jobs available, and during a break I'm going to try to get permission to tell you about some jobs that will be available. It's one of those shh things, but I'm going to try to open up and let you know.
I was told yesterday you have to get permission to.
Right, which just drives me crazy. If the jobs are available and they're in our community, and why can't we talk about it? So here I go. I'm going to have a heart attack over this, but I'm going to try to make a call while we're on break. Today is a day of, I feel pink and pretty today, because we have a whole lot of ladies.
And pretty.
I'm purple, but we have
royal.
A whole lot of ladies in pink and pink and pink and pink. They got up out of the operating room, washed their hands, scrubbed up, and came to be with us this morning. They got here early because their boss did like I used to do. I used to get here early, and you know, it just meant I sat here by myself for 30 minutes. That's kind of silly. So these girls are on top of their game. They've been here a long time. They've been here long enough to have already done 2 surgeries.
And guess who else is here? Bob and Evelyn.
Bob and Evelyn,
2 of our
Blackstone
favorite
are
people.
here.
Yes.
And at 9:15, guess who else is going to be here? My buddy, Mr. Positive, Mr. Cut Spending, Joe Kelly
cheerleader.
McCutchen.
Mama's cheerleader, one of the greatest guys ever.
Joe Kelly McCutchen will be here.
I'm so excited.
And we are, today is going to be a very positive program leading to a great, great weekend. The sun is out. Y'all go outside and look. It's the sun.
But not before last. It thundered.
It did, which means snow.
Snow was on the ground for 9 days, and then we had thunder in the wintertime. And my granny always said, those are 2 signs we're going to get another big snow within a week.
We don't want any more big snow.
So buckle up and go get your toilet paper.
Please don't snow anymore, Lord. Please don't let it snow.
It's gonna.
And Angela has, you're eating halls, and you've been coughing. And
I've been coughing my head off.
You kind of sound like one of those, I know who you sound like, Dorothy on
I sound like
Golden Girls. She had that raspy man's voice.
Yeah, no, I sound like that old singer from the 60s that died of a drug overdose.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. I kind of sound like Janis Joplin.
So we are feeding her halls and feeding her hot coffee and hoping that she will turn it around and be able to
I've been hoarse for days,
sound like
but
a
I've
woman.
been coughing my head off.
Because right now she's sounding like the bass singer for, guess what? The Inspirations will be at Salem #2 next week.
Wow.
And my favorite, love trio of the year, the Booth Brothers. They will be down at the Technical College in Ackworth Now, I can't give you exact directions, but I know it's 92 at 75, and it's not very far. It is a great, great concert. Those tickets are $15 and worth every red cent. If you have
$15,
not seen,
that's pretty cheap to see the Booth Brothers,
if you have not seen the Booth Brothers live, it is, well, I don't know, in Jasper we charged 10 and people had fits, so think about it, yeah.
Wow.
And the Booth Brothers charge $6,500 to come,
that's what I'm saying.
They're worth it. They're worth it. They're worth every red cent of it. The Booth Brothers,
it's expensive to have them.
They change their fees based on nights of the week too, but they are incredible. You will also get to see the Inspirations for a love offering at Salem number 2. So that is, I believe it's next Thursday, but I'll get the details on that. But it is going to be a week to begin recovery. I keep saying 2011 is our year of recovery. We are going to recover. I have been down, sad. I don't get depressed, but I've been down and sad a little bit, and I've been worry about keeping people's jobs, worry about this, worry about that. You know what I said last night? I ain't worrying about it anymore.
It's time to pull our big girl undies up and go.
It's going to either
Life
work.
is going to be good.
It's going to work or it's not, and so there you go. I made up my mind. We are turning the corner. We are in the year of recovery, and we're going to talk to some ladies who are in recovery mode, because when they operate on somebody, you always hope for the best. And occasionally,
I want to be their guinea pig.
Yeah, occasionally things don't work. And I asked them, do they take that home with them if things didn't work and the outcome wasn't great? That's one of the things you probably have to learn, is don't take it home with you. But everybody knows you worry about others. And during these hard times, we all love Charlene and Charles. We love Tom and Juanita. When the Blue Star closed, it sent all of us into
it's been very sad.
Almost a we know this could happen to anybody mode. So we are watching our friends. We are trying to help anybody we can. If you support a local business, you're supporting a family that has been in this community forever. Don't do like we allowed to happen at the Blue Star, and don't allow failure. We will not accept failure on any more local businesses. If you don't shop at Lawson Chevrolet, shame on you. If you don't shop at Bernie Jones Ford, if you don't shop at Ronnie Thompson Ford, if you don't shop at North Georgia Ford, don't go down to the mall and don't go to those big guy stores. Stay here and save a local business.
I can't tell you the last time I went to the mall. I don't even remember. It's probably been a couple of years.
I know how to get there because it's near the varsity and I can smell the varsity. But y'all, let's save these local businesses. We saw it happen before our eyes after over 40 years.
I know.
And people are now saying, how did the Blue Star close? Well, it closed because you weren't in there shopping. You were doing the big boy stuff. And I said, that has been so hard for Jasper to handle. I ride by there twice a day and see that big empty building.
I know.
And it is heartbreaking.
And so many times I wanted to just zip up the road, run in the Blue Star.
You can't.
And now I've got to find somewhere else to go.
You can't.
You know, they were convenient, they were close.
And they were family.
For lunch.
They were family.
We'd go grab something, you know, cook it up at the shop.
It's over.
And I really miss it.
We cannot allow this to happen anymore. So y'all, if you live in these small communities, please shop in these small communities. Please go to doctors in these small communities. Stay in these local communities. You know what I could do?
What?
I believe I could handle this. I could go down there about Goss Tractor and put me up a roadblock there where the state troopers always sit, and tell them you can go as far as Goss's and you can shop backwards. That'd be good. Backwards. There you go. That'd be good.
Backwards.
That would be good. We have got to keep the money here, whether it means the doctor's visits, whether it means our advertising. We have some great graphics designers in this area. We have some great printing companies in this area. Anything you need, you can find on this little corridor from Jasper to Fannin County. So, okay, there's my speech. When Joe Kelly gets here, he'll finish it. We need
She started the soapbox, and then he'll finish it.
Joe Kelly will finish it. We need to save the small town businesses, and we allowed the Blue Star to fail because we, you know, not me, because I didn't do it, but a whole bunch of people were shopping at the big boys, and it is very hard. It is very hard, and it's hard for Jasper to handle, but it's going to be okay. They're going to recover, and they're going to have, God has a plan for their life.
That's right.
And I've seen these people
Out
work.
of every bad thing, something better comes from it.
Much better.
You take the bad, and you have to handle it, and something better is going to happen.
It is.
After that devil gets off your shoulder.
Yeah.
Kick him off, because something better has got to happen.
I see really good things happening for them. And when Charles walked in the studio on Wednesday, because I got to tell this, He's like one of those great husbands. He's not a good husband. He's
is
a great husband.
She's lucky
Charlene
girl.
didn't get gas in her car before she drove up here, and she had 6 miles to go. And so her husband heard her say that he drove up here to pump her gas. Now, what kind of man is that? That is like the man we are all after. So, Charlene, you be good
better
to
tie him down, girl.
You be good to
Somebody's
him.
going to want to snatch him
He
up.
is an amazing man. They're an amazing family, and we hope that you will continue to pray for them because they are on their road to recovery. This is their year of recovery.
He is one of those super husbands.
He is. And there aren't many
He
of
is a
them.
super husband. He loves that woman, and she's so blessed.
She is.
She really is.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to go to our sponsors and to my friend Rich Scott, who is up in the Copper Basin. I hope he's going to plan to be with us for Smoke on the Mountain tonight, tomorrow afternoon, and tomorrow night at McKaysville Harbor Ministries, right beside United Community Bank. And remember, because we've had such issues with weather, we've decided, you know, it only seats 120, so get there early, and hopefully we will have full houses, all 3 shows. It will be a night and an afternoon of fun and laughter, and you will want to travel with the Sanders family. You'll want to get on that bus and go back to Pickleville when you see them. So we'll hopefully see a lot of you out there. I hope you will come. I hope you will please bring a can of food for the food pantry.
Definitely.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a minute, and we will be operating when we come back. Operating. What would I have operated on?
I need a lot of stuff, actually.
yeah.
I've got a list like this long.
Liposuction. Maybe
And speaking of McKaysville, how's Miss Wanda? Do you know?
I don't know. Haven't talked to her
I'd
lately.
love to have an update on her.
Don't know. But
Like a nifty 50. Go there.
She lost her, was it her sister? Yeah, recently. So go by the Nifty 50 and give Miss
Get
Wanda
some
a
fried
hug.
pickles. They're yummy.
That's right. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a minute. We're back. Okay.
We are back.
We're operating today, and we are operating on, I don't know, what kind of operations could we do? Let's start with you because you are the boss. Now tell us, North Georgia Medical, operating recovery, operating room services. Okay, all these folks may have been in somebody's face when they woke up after surgery going, are you okay? Are you okay? Now, tell me a little bit about your crew and what it's like to manage this team and some of the surgeries that are available here in LJ.
Well, this is a great crew to work with, a very upbeat, happy crew. We all get along great inside the workplace and out, and a very caring crew. You know, we'll go the extra mile to help anybody. It's, you know,
And
really
how long
a
have
great
you been at the hospital?
Almost 12 years.
Okay. Did you grow up here?
I grew up in Copper Hill.
Okay. So you are a local girl. And you, thank God, have a great, great job in a local small town community. We talk about it all the time. It is so important. I can remember where if you sneezed, you had to go to Marietta to a doctor. We don't have to do that anymore. You know. Now talk about some of the services, some of the surgeries that are now available, and you have and tell a little bit about your great operating room because I know it just got a facelift a few years ago.
It did get some renovations around 5 years ago, and we offer the same services that the larger facilities offer. We have general surgery and orthopedic surgery. We've got a new ENT that's coming to the facility. So
I need an ENT because my allergies are driving me crazy lately. Just, gosh. Okay. Now, introduce your crew.
Okay. My name's Makisha, and this is Dixie. She's been with the facility about
8 years.
8 years. Okay.
And this is Sheila Huff. She's our recovery room nurse. And she's been...
Recovery room's the one you want to see because you want to wake up. You want to wake up and go, whoops, I made it. And you want to see a smiling face. Okay. Why did you choose this as your profession?
Well, I worked in the hospital for about 10 years as charge nurse, and this became open, so I thought, well, I needed a change, so I love it.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm Katie Lancey, and I've been in the OR almost 4 years now. And I can kind of do anything. I can be with the patient beforehand in the pre-op area, or be a circulator, which is the nurse that helps out back in the operating room, or I can help Sheila in the recovery room.
Okay. And you?
I'm Ruth Ann Harding, and I work in a pre-op holding. When you come in, I'm the first one you see, and I put your IVs in.
And we hope you're not the last one we see.
I'll put your IVs in, give you pre-op medications, make sure you're happy and comfortable before you go in.
Okay. Are you good with putting IVs in?
I'm pretty good at putting IVs in.
She's
I do
the
it all over
best.
the
Oh,
hospital.
man. I tell you,
I've had some really bad ones.
I've had, yeah.
I had 3 surgeries year before last for cancer, and I had a couple of really bad people putting IVs in, and I was like, okay, after 10 sticks, would you stop?
They call for
Yeah,
Ruth
never.
Ann from other departments.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, and tell us about you.
I'm Kelly Patterson. I'm a surgical tech. I'm kind of the person that passes the instruments to the surgeon during
Okay.
the cases.
And you have to get the right thing. If he says scalpel and you hand him a hammer, you're in trouble, aren't you?
Most patients don't know surgical
Now,
techs.
do you count, you know, because you see these television shows where people have stuff missing in them.
Yes, we count.
Do you count pieces that you hand and
Yes.
then receive back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's good. Okay.
My name is Andrea Carver, and I have worked in the operating room for 6 years, and I'm a surgical tech as well. And one of our other surgical techs, Nicole, she's not here with us today, but a lot of people consider us the people that kind of work behind the scenes because they don't really see us until, right before their procedure.
Right. Okay.
I'm Kim Henderson. I'm a circulator, and I've been here at this hospital for a little over 6 years.
Okay. How many? 3 of y'all trained at Grady?
I've worked at Grady.
I
Worked
trained
at
at Grady.
Grady, and okay. To leave Grady and Atlanta and come here, what a blessing was this? Tell me a little bit about the difference in being in the big hospital and being here.
Well, in a large hospital, it's more of a number. They probably have 100 employees in the operating room. I think they have over 30 ORs, if I remember correctly. So you really don't get to know each other. Here, we're a team.
Right.
We all work together. We already know what the other person thinks. You really don't have to say anything. We work as a team.
Kind of like a machine, a well-oiled machine. Okay. Now, why did you come here leaving Atlanta? Talk about that.
Well, I was living right in Midtown and went from Midtown to a small
Did
cabin
you live near
in
the Krispy Kreme?
I did. I could walk. I lived on Myrtle Street. Near Mary Mac's Tea Room.
Yeah, we have something in common.
Yeah.
Do you have a weight problem like I do from Krispy Kreme?
I just ordered a box from Makisha about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Now, leaving Midtown and coming here, a little culture difference.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely.
What brought you here? How did you find this place?
I got married and moved. My husband lived here, so I moved
Okay.
up here.
So you're smart, and he's smart. He rescued you, and you came here willingly. Yeah. Now, talk about the doctors that are available through our OR here.
We have Dr. Tom Ross. He's our general surgeon.
What might a general surgeon do? Tell me a normal hernia.
Hernia, gallbladder,
Okay.
appendix, breast biopsies, lesion removals. He also does endoscopy, where you would look into your stomach with a lighted scope to see if you have ulcers. And
And I said last night, I've gotten choked now. This makes my 4th time. And they did the light going down. Is that something y'all could do there?
we
Okay.
do,
Okay.
and do dilation too, in case you have a narrowing of your
I think
esophagus.
that's what I need. I think last night I really needed that.
Well, now you know where to go.
I do.
We do colonoscopies and
That's so much
bronchoscopies.
fun. Don't y'all love that? Yeah.
I actually got to take my ex-husband there for one about 3 weeks ago. And
That's what it's
we're
called,
still good
payback.
friends, thank goodness. You know. But boy, did I have fun making fun of him.
Well, the colonoscopy's not bad. It's getting ready for the colonoscopy
you're
that's
right.
not fun.
Yeah, that's what he said. The day
You're
before
right.
was
Right.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
The day of. And then it was so funny when he was in recovery, he was all high and loopy, you know, and I was like, honey, can I have your credit cards? And, sure. And then all of a sudden he comes to and he's like, I cut that off 12 years ago. And the nurse was laughing because she couldn't figure out, were we really divorced or was together, you know?
That's why we tell people not to make important legal decisions for
Yeah,
12 to 24 hours after anesthesia.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
right. Now, tell us some of the other doctors, because if he's the general surgeon, you said ear, nose, and throat. Would you do reconstructive facial sinus surgery at this hospital?
We would do some sinus surgery, tonsils and adenoids,
Okay.
tubes in your ears, things like that. We have Dr. Rowan, he's our orthopedic surgeon. We do total joint replacements, total hips and total knees, along with broken bones, carpal tunnels, trigger fingers. You know, lots of different things.
I'm really
Lots of
envious of
sports
y'all because
medicine.
I would love to be in the medical profession because I love to watch medical shows. And
She'd rather watch that than
I'd rather sit in surgery and just watch because I'm so fascinated by it. I'm so fascinated by that whole thing, you know. And eventually, if we can ever get my baby girl through college, I hope to one day go back to school, and that's what I would love to do.
How many years did y'all go to school? Is it 8 to be an operating room nurse?
No, it depends on what degree you get.
Okay.
For me, it was 4 years.
Okay.
And
So it's never too late. It's really, yeah.
Well, it's not, because before we moved to LJ, we lived in Nashville, and I worked for an insurance company. And when both of our children graduated from college, I told my husband if we stopped paying tuition, we'd have withdrawal symptoms. And I had wanted to do this forever. So I left my job and went to Middle Tennessee State University.
So you're like me, you
I was
got your
42 when I started. I was 45 when I graduated.
I'm
so it's
41, so
never
there's still
too
hope
late.
for me. She'll be
It's
43
never too
when
late.
she graduates. I'll be 43 when she graduates.
Well, you can start.
That's awesome.
That is wonderful. How inspiring. Thank you.
Now,
I'm
what
so
ab-
glad I did it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, would you go back and say, honey, maybe we'll just retire and enjoy our life? No, you
No.
love what you're doing. That's great.
Nursing is great because you can work in the hospital, out of the hospital, days, nights, weekends, full-time, part-time, doctor's office. There are just lots of different things you can do.
What about specialty nursing? Is that something like a home health nurse? Because to me, that's one of the greatest relationships you can develop with a nurse, is when they come into your home and they're helping you care for a terminally ill patient, Is that something that would be a little bit not as interesting as what y'all do, but both of them have interesting, they go to your home and they visit and you develop relationships, where with y'all, it's kind of, you don't have time to develop a relationship, but you never forget that patient, because you said you see people in Walmart and you say, oh yeah, I remember that was a kidney stone.
That's one of the good things about a small hospital. In a large hospital, we would never see the same patient come back, and that happens a lot for us, to the point where we really feel like we know those people.
Okay, I ask all of you, do you take this home with you? If something happens and you hope for great outcome and it doesn't happen, do you take it home? And you said no, that you leave it at the hospital. Do you have to have a special personality to do that?
I think so. One of the reasons, though, I think most of us probably got into the operating room is because, we don't have a lot of bad outcomes. We are fixing people. We're helping them get better. They come in with a problem.
So positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it is a positive area. We are helping people, and they get better, and that's what we like to see.
That's awesome.
And it takes all kinds of people, and thank God for that, to work in the different areas. And some people, wouldn't like to work in the operating room, and then we might not like to work in other areas, so it just takes all kinds.
Now, who was it who said you prayed with your patients?
We do.
Okay. All right, because I can remember when you get the cancer diagnosis and the doctor says, may I pray with you? That's the best thing I ever heard, And in Atlanta, were you able, could you have done that? Could you have gotten by with that? Would the patients have received that well?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Because I think that is one of those things, you need that calming effect before you go into surgery, because then you want to come out and see your face smiling in recovery, right? And you get them ready, you stick them, you recover them, and then the rest of y'all keep them going. Right? Okay, have you got some great doctors over there to work with?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Does
that make a difference in your jobs?
Definitely.
We're really blessed with great doctors.
Are they
Okay.
good people? You know what I'm saying? People.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, raise your hands if you've seen Patch Adams. 3, 4. Okay, half of you. The rest of you, go home and watch it this weekend. It will make you want to do better, and it will make you want to help people more. It is the most amazing movie. And he was he 40 when he graduated from college?
He was older, too.
I mean, he was, when he got his mid, and I'm just like blown away by that, because you think about, did you always want to be a nurse?
I always wanted to do something in the medical field. So.
And you didn't, obviously, you were in insurance. Did you always want to be a nurse? You did, yeah. I've always been fascinated by nursing, because Lord, if I see anything, if somebody clears their throat, I get sick.
She does.
I'm not a good nurse.
I take B12 shots, and I'm like, and sometimes I can't get anybody around, and I don't, they work better when they're in the hip versus when I do it in my leg, and for whatever reason that is. But one day I'm like, Mama, please give me my B12 shot. I mean, I'm your child. Give me my shot. And she said, I can't do it.
Now I'm giving 5, so I'm proud of myself. But some people have it. You either
I'm like,
have
just
it
stab
or you
and
don't.
stick. Let's do it.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I can't.
Yeah. But you have it or you don't. Did any of you start school and think, have I messed up, or is this what I really want to do? Did you start it with a mission, and then you got in there and you really understood this is what you want to do? That's awesome.
Yeah. Loved
Now,
it.
now do you ever talk to kids in school and say this nursing is a great profession? Because they say there are two things now you can always get a job at: hospitals or teaching. Teaching.
Or a funeral home.
Teaching isn't working now. Teaching, they're laying off teachers. Is it a great time to become a nurse today?
Yes, it is. It's still a great time.
What about male nurses? How do y'all feel about that? You don't have any
They're
here.
needed. We
Yeah.
do actually have some male nurses.
Do you? Now, do you think guys kind of feel weird going into nursing, or now it's kind of accepted?
No, I think it's accepted.
Good.
And they seem to gravitate towards certain areas. A lot of them go into orthopedic nursing, which is great because you get people in body casts.
And they can lift
Or
them.
they're big people and they need help getting
Right.
up out of bed, and they're great at that. But they also like intensive care, and some of those move from intensive care into anesthesia. So they have the same opportunities we do, and like Makisha said, it's a good thing we all want to do different things.
Right, right. One of our best nurses was a male nurse, and his name's Tom Shipley. Do y'all know him?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he's an amazing man, and he's very kind, and he just has that nurse atmosphere around him. You
does.
know, he's just really good. So, and it's cool to see guys doing that. Now, today, what would your schedule have been if y'all hadn't been here? You said you're in the OR early.
Who's actually there today?
Yeah, who's watching the show today?
We have our pagers.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, what does your day start, and what's a normal day?
We usually arrive at 6 a.m. to prepare everything, and our first surgery starts at 7.
Okay.
And then we usually do surgeries all day until around 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Then we
Wow. Sometimes do you come out of there and go, whoo, I need a cup of coffee. Where's the boss? Get him to fix me a cup of coffee.
We love coffee.
Yeah.
Nurses run on coffee and chocolate.
Okay, tell us how to get in touch with the hospital, and if people want to come over and look at your OR, can they do that?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
We'd be happy to, give them a tour around the hospital and around the operating room.
Okay, tell them how to get there.
Okay. Well, you can just call us at the hospital and set up a time, that you would like to come see. 706-276-4741, extension 6250. Or you can email us at ngor@sunlinkhealth.com.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. I hope I never see your smiling faces with a needle, but if you're good, that's good. Because I have lousy veins. So thank you all very much, and have a good day today. Are y'all going back to work, and you're going to be working today?
No, we actually, we kind of scheduled off for today.
Okay,
So
okay, all right. Okay,
unless there's an emergency.
Okay, so folks won't see you in the hospital today.
No.
But maybe they will come and get to know, this is a local hospital, and we're working really, really hard on that. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we're going to go to the community calendar. When we come back, I think, should we bring Bob and Evelyn on for about 5 minutes till we bring Joe Kelly? I think so.
We need to let you guys enjoy Bob
We
and
will be
Evelyn.
back in just a minute, and we're going to see my favorite meal, I think. We'll be back in just a second. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's so funny. These are my birthday glasses. Let me tell you.
Let them see one more time.
I have to
Let 'em
wear
see.
these because I have to be able to see something that came in from Orlando. Now let me tell you about this. I talk about it all the time. If you are ever in Orlando, Florida, I want you to go to Gabriel's Sub Shop, the original sub shop on Edgewater near Edgewater High School. Last week I talked about it. I have now connected with one of my 5th grade friends who gave me everything that happened at Edgewater after I left.
Did you ever get back in touch with him?
Yes,
you
I
bad
did, and
girl.
I've talked to him.
Good.
But I have got to tell y'all, there's never been anything this good, ever, in the world. I don't need a fork, I got fingers. This is,
We're so country. I got fingers.
can we show that birthday banner? This is from
Yes.
Gabriel's Sub Shop in Orlando, Florida.
Gabriel's.
Did they fly them up here?
No.
No. Somebody brought them.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
They were shipped up, but the dry ice
Okay.
lasted till it got here.
That is amazing. If you dry ice ship Gabriel subs, they will arrive perfect. They are cool. They are perfect. Thank you to Gabriel's. My childhood wasn't perfect, but I have some great memories, and Gabriel's Sub Shop is one of the memories.
Okay.
What's this tape for? What are we going to
I need a
tape?
pickle.
Oh, okay. But anyway, thank you for my birthday cards, and y'all come and be with us tonight. Now, you said it's important for you to be there when Freddie's mom
I'd like
and
to
Dad
be
are there.
there.
So we hope Dad is coming. I know Mom and Sister are coming. But
Why don't you open those?
you want me to open them now? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's why
All
I
right.
brought you the glasses so you could
Okay.
read them.
Okay. All right, let's
I
get
love
my
the
card.
glasses.
I turned the big number a long time ago. Oh, this is the original Gabriel Sub Shop.
Oh,
How
wow.
cool is this? Look at this. This is the crew at Gabriel's. They've been in business 52 years.
How awesome.
And how incredible.
That's one.
They are almost as old as I am, and that's all we're going to say. But that is the coolest thing that
That's
they would send me sandwiches.
Kevin is on one end, and his son is on the other end.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That is amazing.
That is cool.
And y'all just don't know now. There ain't a whole lot in life that you remember as a happy memory. I remember everything happy about Gabriel's. I will say, when his daddy started 52 years ago, a sub was 50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents, yeah. Yeah, and I can remember taking my allowance, and that was a big deal. So
I can't remember that.
Oh, how sweet. And this is my namesake. Yeah, this is Cherie. Not everybody has a dog named after him, but I do, and it's because she loves Mayfield ice cream.
No, it's because she had a jet ski incident.
She did. Yeah, Cherie did have a little incident like I did.
How
And this is
cute.
Cherie chasing a bird out in the snow. Now, this Cherie does not get out in the snow, and this Cherie does not like the cold, but the dog loved it. So there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being a big part of my life. These are the the first people who ever asked for my autograph. And Daddy Bob never misses a show, and you start your day with me and oatmeal.
Oatmeal with raisins.
Is that right? With raisins, that's right. And it's funny, but we just kind of adopted each other, and we've had a great time.
Right.
And we will have a good time this weekend at the Harbor Ministries doing something really cool.
And it
this
is an honor
so
to know
sweet.
you all.
Yeah,
You are
it
two
really
beautiful
is.
people.
I had this
Thank
card.
you very much.
So then I had to get a belated card.
Well, it is belated because the weather stopped the birthday celebration, but this weekend we will be celebrating. And I'm really going to be celebrating in a few minutes when I have lunch, breakfast,
on, 10 o'clock.
brunch. You name it.
Or
Thank
we
you.
may come back from break and you're going to see us chowing down.
You may very well do it. Thank you very much for doing this. Now, y'all are going to be with us this weekend. You moved up from Florida how many years ago?
About 16.
18.
About
Yeah.
16.
18.
Yeah, and you made this home quickly. And
Yeah.
and you still run back and forth to Florida, and I'm glad you do.
Orlando's still
I'm glad
home.
you do, because with that
Because
comes...
all my family's there.
That's right.
God brings everybody into our life for a reason.
That's
and
right.
Yes.
we're so blessed to know
That's
you.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So,
Well, we've got to take a break because we have a lot going on today.
No.
We've got to move to Joe Kelly McCutchen. What you got in that bucket? My candles. Let's show this.
there's your candles.
Yeah, let me show you this. We don't discuss the age I became, but I will give you this hint. See that? Or it could be worse. It could be worse.
Like that commercial.
It could be 90.
Like.
So there you go.
Remember when
Thank
you were 35 and Siggy and I reversed and put
Yes,
53?
at 53. That is not a happy mother. Thank you very much. And we will have a Gabriel sub in just a little bit, but we are going to take a break, and we're going to bring on, Gaha is very involved in this community, just like Tater Patches in Jasper. And Tater Patch has branched out, and they are going to come to McCaysville. We have a gentleman who's going to be here today he's branching out, and he's going to be involved in a Gaha exhibit in the near future. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Where did you get these? We're back. It's going to be a fast day. We have got a lot going on, and as always, there are a lot of things going on in our community. I know that Gaha is always doing something interesting, and I think they have something really cool coming up in the near future. I haven't done any, I don't know anything about it,
I don't have a clue.
I'm kind of like the blind leading, I feel like a mushroom. I've been kept in the dark, so I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on with
I
Gaha?
have no idea.
I don't know, but they're always doing something different. They're always doing something interesting. So I'm sure that the next event will be interesting. Not as interesting as me becoming that year. Good Lord have mercy.
You're still a young chickadee.
I'm still a young chickadee. Here we go. You know, that poster back there looks like it might have been from years ago. That kind of looks, he's dressed kind of like he's from old. Do you think that has a lot to do with this?
Maybe so.
Learn to draw and learn to paint. Can you draw?
Stick figures.
Can you paint? Your bathroom.
Yeah.
Your
My bathroom.
Well, we're going to introduce a gentleman who, he's got some glasses that kind of resemble mine, doesn't he? Do you think he'll want to borrow mine?
I don't know.
His name is Mark Menendez, and he's going to be here for Gaha. Is he going to teach people to learn to draw and paint? Do you
Maybe
think?
so.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's introduce him. Here you go, Mark.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It's
I
so
love your
nice.
outfit. Nice to
Thank
meet
you. I'm delighted
Nice
to be
meet
here.
You.
Nice to meet you.
You look like you're dressed up to go to a birthday party. We could go partying.
We could. I would love to.
Tell me about what you're doing.
Well, first I want to tell you I came a long distance to be with you here this morning. I came all the way from 1896.
1896, the year I was born.
Is that? No. I saw that. Even with the 69 one, it wouldn't be true.
Yeah.
No, I came from 1896 where I live. And I am an art professor, an instructor, I'm a scientist, and an inventor.
Wow.
And I invented a time machine. And this time machine was invented for the purpose of going either backward or forward into time to meet the greatest artists who have ever lived.
Wow.
This way I could learn their secret knowledge and techniques about drawing and painting so that I can come back, and initially I like to share those secrets with Mrs. Menendez. And then we had an idea one time that she would film me with my friend Thomas Edison's camera.
I see Thomas Edison's. Oh, look at this.
Well, this is the time machine. As you can see now, it's going down the tracks. We live in Valleytown, North Carolina.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
Yeah, and see, the time machine is quite a contraption. It's powered by steam. And there it goes. It's lifting off the tracks and taking flight.
What a beautiful area.
Yeah, it's really lovely to live up there. Our home is lovely. It's called High Meadow. And here we go. The time machine is just about ready to take a leap into the past.
Wow.
Here we go. This is the fun part. It gets a little scary for me, actually.
Are you going more than 55 miles an hour?
We're going 88 miles an hour.
Wow.
And then there it goes, off into the time portal. Oops, it gets a little scary at that point. And here I'm traveling through time. It's a beautiful experience because all the colors, and I love color being an artist. And then, in this particular trip, I won't reveal it yet, but I went to go meet a famous artist. And that's what we're going to be showing at the demonstration and exhibition on February 4th at 6 p.m. at Gaha. I'm going to be doing a painting demonstration, and I'm going to be demonstrating the type of style of an artist that lived in the Renaissance.
Wow.
And a lot of people are very familiar with that artist. His name is Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes. He did beautiful hands. Oh, he did amazing hands, didn't he?
Oh, he did. Like
He
the
did.
Mona Lisa has
Yes.
such. In fact, that's what I'm going to be painting.
Wow.
Is a little picture of the Mona Lisa, so everybody can see the way that he actually put that together. Now, I went back in time, and here I am talking to the lovely Mrs. Menendez about that trip back, about how I went to learn about light, shadow, and form. And it was such a beautiful experience to meet Mr. Oh, there he is, sitting at this curious table. He was learning to draw with a grid.
Wow.
And this is one of the things that I use to teach people how to draw. I have always been under the belief that anyone can learn to draw and paint. And a lot of people don't believe that. Now, young people do, but not so much as you get a little bit further down the line. But I always say this, when you're in school and you're learning how to write your first letter, the letter A possibly, you didn't write it, you drew it. You went on to draw those other characters as well. But we kind of leave it behind because we see others doing a little better. But I really believe that anyone can learn to draw and paint.
Wow.
So at the exhibition, you'll see me painting a Renaissance-style portrait, and there's also an exhibition of all my paintings that I have there at the Gilmer Arts and Heritage Association.
And it's February the 4th. Is that next Friday?
A week from today.
Okay.
I'm going to have to make another trip, which, by the way, you know, in order to go on this trip, you have to be prepared.
I see that.
You have to get in all your equipment here, and you have to have goggles because, you know, there's a lot of bright lights in that time vortex. So I'm off for another trip now, and it was just delightful to meet you, and happy birthday.
Now, what time is the Gaha event?
It is at 6 p.m.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Do
just
they need to
excited about doing that.
pre-register, pre-purchase, sign up? How do you do this?
It is a nickel admission at the door.
Okay.
Well, that's how much we charge in 1896, and it
Mm-hmm.
just made me feel really badly to try
Wow.
to charge any more money
Wow.
than a nickel at the
Do
door.
you think people could find a nickel? Because a nickel is something that most people just throw aside today. That's going to be awesome.
Well, we'll take a love offering if they'd like
Okay,
to.
okay. That is too
Well,
cool.
it is delightful
Thank
to
you
meet
so,
you
so
both.
much.
Thank you
very much.
And maybe someday when I
Travel
travel back.
safely.
traveling.
Thank
Travel
you.
safely.
Thank
you
you,
have
I
you have
will.
some beautiful views out there to go through.
Thank
so
you.
travel safely.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. And we're going to have somebody on that I think you will find him very familiar. His name is Joe Kelly McCutchen. He's here with us. Can we get a close-up of this? Does she look like me? She's an older lady. She's from an older time. Nah. I look a lot younger, don't I? Yeah.
I think that
Tell
is-
me I look younger, but she's gorgeous.
That is a
She
beautiful
is
painting.
Beautiful. Mark did this, and this is an oil. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's from the time period that he travels from, to, and in 1800s. Can you imagine that? Isn't that beautiful?
It is very beautiful.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Okay,
Yeah.
Ange, hang on to that.
So
now,
pretty.
we have been waiting. I told you in January when we came back from break that I have declared this the year of recovery. 2011 is the year that we will not stay down. We will not stay. A little depression going on in certain areas. People have been very upset about the job market. They've been upset about the stock market. They've been upset about taxes. They've been upset about a lot of things. But we have declared 2011 the year of recovery. We will
Definitely.
recover. My friend Joe Kelly McCutchen really didn't know when the depression hit because he held on and rode it out. He is very involved in the stock market. He knows I'm terrified of it, but it has been the greatest way in the world for people to develop and build wealth. I didn't do that. I made a lot of mistakes. I did nothing but buy real estate, and boy, you talk about getting bit by the seat of your pants. Did I ever? But I declare the real estate market will be back in 2 years. I don't know.
I think so. I've heard that.
I think 2 years. I think the real estate market
Yeah.
will be back. The stock market is back today. The stock market
it
is
for
doing
real?
very well.
Yes,
Very well.
the Dow Jones, where most of my investments are, you hear on the news every night the Dow Jones average is so and so. At the bottom, this is amazing. At the bottom, it was 6,500. Today, I think it'll close above 12,000. In other words, if you invested your money in the Dow Jones 30, the best stocks, I'm talking about the Coca-Colas, the Exxons, the Johnson & Johnsons, you would nearly have doubled your money as of today. Now, here's the really great news. I deal with a guy named Ted Parrish. I have other brokers. Calvin Rowland's one of my brokers. Calvin's a great investment advisor, but I have 4 or 5, and one of them is Ted Parrish. Well, Ted Parrish invests all Sean Hannity's millions. So you love Sean. Well, this guy, Ted, is on WAGA. He's on CNBC, Fox. Well, this is the greatest economic news in my life, and it is this. The Dow Jones, according to Ted, as of my conversation, just after he got off Fox News, he called me up and he said, Joe, I got a great investment that's going to fire up the nation. He said, I predict that the Dow Jones 30, which is now about 12,000, will go up at the rate of 10% for the next 20 years. Now, let me explain to you what that means. If your money goes up 10% in 7 years, that means it doubles. In other words, let's say you put in the Dow Jones today $10,000, and Ted's prediction comes true. That $10,000 in 7 years will be worth $20,000, in 14 years, $40,000, and in 21 years, $80,000. In other words, $10,000 will turn into $80,000. But the key in any investment, whether it's real estate, now Mitchell Morgan was named Citizen of the Year last night. Mitchell is a great gold investor. Mitchell is really sharp. You ought to call him and congratulate him. The chamber made the announcement. But here's the great thing about Cherie Martin Show. About 300 people were there last night. They were the top leaders in Gilmer County. But we're talking to 100,000 on the Cherie Martin Show. So now 100,000 people know that Mitchell Morgan, Citizen of the Year. You ought to call him up. Mitchell is a great gold investor. He's made a lot of money with gold. He's smart. He's got a lovely wife, Paulette. They are a great selection. He's done so much with the library. He's done with his Chamber of Commerce. He's been president of the Chamber, the Lions Club. He's been everything in Gilmer County. So we're just thrilled. People like Farrell Starnes have been a Citizen of the Year. Farrell and I and some others. I was Citizen of the Year. We picked the new one, and we picked Mitchell, and he is
How
great.
did you choose him? Now I asked Miss Farrell that yesterday.
Here's what happens. Of course, Farrell Starnes is one of the great citizens of Gilmer County. They've been 25 in the last 25 years, one each year. What we do, Anybody can nominate anybody that lives in Gilmer County. They can send a letter into the chamber and say, I'd like to nominate Mitchell Morgan or George Wynn, who's been one of them, great guy, or Farrell Starnes. Then we meet the past citizens of the year. We have a meeting, and we look at each one. We pass around the nominations, Mitchell Morgan, I'm just throwing out John Jones, anybody, and we look at them and we say, well, now who would be the best citizen of the year? And then we vote, and we voted this year for Mitchell Morgan, who's, I think, an extremely worthy nominee. But anyway, let me finish back to the stock market, man. I got a little diverted. Okay, if your money, if Ted's right, and he's one of the top investors in the world, he's helped me make a lot of money. He told me, I remember when Disney was 25, I called his show. He's got a show called Money Talks, and I called him up. I said, Ted, what should I buy now? He said, Joe, back up your truck and buy all the Disney you can. I said, Ted, I don't have a truck. He said, back up your car. So I already had a good bit of Disney. I bought some more at 25. Today it's 39. He told me to buy more Procter & Gamble at 50. Today it closed at a 52-week high of 65. I mean, the guy's a genius. But you need to make money in the stock market, you need to have a good investor, a good financial advisor like Calvin Rowland or Paul Kiker, who's been on your wonderful show, or Ted Parrish. That's the most important thing. I have 5 financial advisors, and how I've done well is I've had stocks like Exxon and Coca-Cola for years. And I've said this on your show before. Warren Buffett, who's the 2nd richest man in the world, of the 400 richest people in the world, 398 of them made it in stock. Only 2 in real estate, Donald Trump and Ted Turner. The rest of them made it in stocks. Warren Buffett, ladies and gentlemen, he bought $1 billion worth of Coca-Cola in 1988. That Coca-Cola stock today is worth $13 billion. He has made $12 billion in Coca-Cola. That alone would make him the fifth richest man in the world. You can make tons of money in the stock market. It's the best way to make money, in my opinion. It's averaged 10%, nearly 10%. The Dow. Now, I'm talking about the Dow. The Dow of the 30, I call the best stock. Exxon, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson. You know, great companies. Walmart. Walmart's one of the Dow. But that's how you can make money, Cherie.
Now, AT&T is also listed as one of these.
AT&T.
Kellogg and Procter & Gamble. I'm looking at products that are in everyday homes.
Yeah, Procter & Gamble diapers.
Every day there's Coca-Cola in my home. Every day there's Kellogg cereals in my home. Every day there are Procter & Gamble products in my home. Chevron, hate to admit it, but Chevron, we spent $20,000 with them this month.
See, you made me a lot of money.
You know,
I'm a Chevron.
I did.
Thank you. I'm a Chevron. I'm an Exxon Chevron stockholder.
Well,
you can make great money on energy stocks. I've had Exxon 40 years, Chevron probably 30 years.
Chevron is one of the highest right now at 91.44.
Right.
Conoco is at 67.55.
They're 52-week highs.
And Shell. Do you have any Shell stock? Because I bought some Shell fuel this month.
I have all the big five.
Here's another product that's in every single home in America, Johnson & Johnson.
Yes, Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Medical supplies. Yeah. You can
I
buy.
mean, this is almost like if I had not been stupid, I'd have been smart. You know,
Well,
if I'd have looked at this.
See, here's another thing. I'll tell you something. Now, this is the most. I mean, I'm more fired up today than I've ever been in my life. In the last 2 weeks, we've had Sam Olens, Attorney General, come to Poods Barbecue in LJ, one of the most powerful men in the state. Yesterday, John Barge, who's superintendent of schools, came to LJ of the whole state of Georgia. And what I'm trying to do, Calvin and J.C. Sanford, a lot of us, and Farrell Starnes, we're trying to get in every school, every high school, these fundamentals taught, where teach the kids where if your money grows at 10% for 7 years, you double it. And how I've been successful, I had a mother and grandmother who did well in the stock market. They taught me. And then when I went to Georgia Tech, which I love Georgia Tech, as you know, I had the best finance professor in the world. And he said, McCutchen, you buy good solid stocks like Exxon and Coca-Cola and you'll be a very rich man. And that's what I've done. And so the key, ladies and gentlemen, is getting people, you don't go to a foot doctor if you've got something wrong with your head. You got to go to somebody like Calvin Rowland or Paul Kiker, somebody that knows what they're doing. Most people, now I've been blessed. I know I can do stocks pretty much on my own because I've done it 40 years. But most people, they need to have even I, who I would consider pretty much a financial expert, I have 4 or 5 financial advisors. I have a couple in Virginia. I have them all around. And I study, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. The first thing I do is turn on CNBC and see how my stocks are doing. You got to have that passion. My passion is stocks and cutting spending. Thinking about changing my name from Joe McCutchen to Cut Spending. McCutchen. But let me tell you something else real exciting. My son, this is really great, Cherie. My son Kelly, about 3 weeks ago, he had some of the most powerful people in the world come to Atlanta. A couple of billionaires, not millionaires, but billionaires. And Kelly's going to have the lead editorial in the Atlanta Journal today about cutting cutting taxes. That's how you get business. But anyway, Kelly had the head of the Wall Street Journal, Steve Moore, who writes all the editorial, and Steve just wrote an editorial saying, consider coming to Georgia to start a business because my son Kelly's working to cut taxes. And in about 30 minutes at the Capitol, my son is meeting with some of the most powerful people in the world, and Kelly's going to try to convince Grover Norquist, who's one of the most powerful people in the world, to say that we support Georgia on cutting state taxes. That way, that will drive a lot of business to Gilmer County. And what happened at this meeting, Oscar Poole and I met with a guy named Bob Bozeman. Bob I never had really sat down with a billionaire. But I feel like I was in James Bond movie that said, Mr. McCutchen, you go down to the first elevator and you'll see him there. They shuffled us back into this room. They didn't want everybody to know that he was there because if they did, everybody would want to see him. So Oscar and I spent 30 minutes. When I looked him in the eye, I said, Bob, what could we do in Gilmer County to get he's original Google investor. He owns 40 businesses in California, a super billionaire, and he's thinking about moving to Georgia. He said, Joe, let me tell you, here's how you do it. You need to make Gilmer County the friendliest county in the history of the world for free enterprise, capitalism, and small business. Well, then I got on the Allegheny show. I think I said it on your show. Then 2 weeks ago, I got on C-SPAN. It goes into 100 million homes. And I said, we're going to make Gilmer County the friendliest county in the history of the world for capitalism, free enterprise, innovation, and small business. And you're going to be a part of that because the Cherie Martin show is in LJ. And what it is, Cherie, it's just selling. You're selling the Cherie Martin show, which we want to become worldwide #1. You've got to have a goal. My goal from the time I was young was I met with this guy. We have a home at Sea Island, and one of this very rich guys was there. And I said, I forgot his name, Mr. Newton, I think his name was. I said, tell me about your board meetings. He said, you know, Joe, my board meets when I shave in the morning. You know what that told me? That told me he was it. Well, I decided then, I was about 25, just graduated from tech. I said, I want to be rich. I want to be able to look in the mirror in the morning when I shave and say, hey, man, I'm in control. Well, I don't have to answer to him. I don't owe any money. But see, you got to have a plan. And my plan right now is to make Gilmer County, with your help, #1 in the history of the world. We've got the Wall Street Journal behind us. We've got national media, and we're going to do it. And just like having the state school superintendent, we've got a lot of powerful people now coming to LJ.
Right.
Because the word's getting out. I was on with Allegheny show. I said, we're going to make us the friendliest county in the world. Well, some guy from Atlanta called in and said, I want to talk to Joe. Joe, I've been to LJ before, and I agree with you. It's the friendliest county. So it's all selling, ladies and gentlemen. You have to sell, whether it's the Cherie Martin show or Joe McCutchen or Mitchell Morgan. We're going to use Mitchell Morgan and Calvin Rowland, J.C. Sanford, Ed Singleton, the Subway King, to help make us the #1 county in the history of the world, and it's all about being friendly. You know, why do I like you? Because you're friendly to Joe McCutchen, right? If you said, Joe, go jump in the lake,
now let's go back to the jet skiing thing. You could have jumped in the lake if you'd been with me.
Hey, listen, I mean, Cherie Martin has an X-rated story about the jet ski, but I tell you what, I've never laughed so hard in my life. I still wake up in the middle of the night thinking of Cherie on the jet ski. I'm not going to tell you what she did, but sometime you might find out.
Oh, they will find out. You know, I want to prove that 2011 is the year of recovery.
It's it.
I want to see people, and I said this week, we have a dear friend who's been out of work almost a year. They have been down as low as you can go, and he finally got a job.
Right.
And there is a job fair going on in Jasper, and we were told we couldn't talk about it, and it drives me crazy because people are desperate for jobs. They're desperate to do better. If I'm looking at all these things here, if I had invested the $440,000 in stocks that I had invested in real estate,
you would have been worth about 10 or 15 million.
Yeah. I mean, it's very scary to look back at your mistakes, but it's never too late to start over.
It's never too late. You take a guy like Oscar Poole. He was 59, owed $35,000, and today he's worth a lot of money. Winston Churchill said, you never give up. Angela, you're so young, you can be a millionaire. I want to challenge you to become one.
Yeah.
And how you do it is you start saving.
I love you.
Saving, you can do it. I mean, you got to believe in yourself. I mean, that's the Winston Churchill. They told a story last night about, the speaker did, about Churchill. Churchill, the English people rejected him, and he could have quit. They said they threw him out of office, but he kept on fighting. And then the Queen came to him when he was 66 years old and said, Winston, I'm gonna make you the Prime Minister. You know what he said? He said, I've been waiting for this all my life. You're gonna have the opportunity. I'm the #1 caller to talk shows in America. I've been on Larry King. I've been on all the national Limbaugh. And how did I do it? In fact, I asked CNN about 2 weeks ago. I said, am I still #1 in the world? I said, yeah, you're #1 in the world. I said, why am I? I said, 4 reasons. You have a good voice, you ask good questions, you do it briefly, and you don't use profanity. See, a lot of times when Larry King's not on anymore, but used to, when they'd go to,
I miss Larry King.
They would tell me, they'd say, Joe, when you hear Ella J, that means you're on. Well,
Right.
see, what happens, a lot of times when they go, so let's go, I don't do it because I would never use profanity, but when sometimes you go to them and say, oh, so-and-so's not there, that means they've used a bad word.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's when you hear a talk show go to, we're going to Joe and Ella J, and I don't do this, but if I used a bad word,
You're gone.
And when
Yeah.
the host wouldn't say Joe's not there, he'd say, he would say, I don't know what happened to Joe. What happened? They cut me off.
Right.
That never happened to me because I never would do it.
Right.
You got to be, the whole key in life is being friendly.
So that's the secret to what happened to, now I know why they cut them off.
Yeah, that's what happened. See, you go, see what
Okay.
happened. They used to have a 15-second delay. Like
Right.
I've been on Larry King, I've been on Larry King Live, I've been on all the nationals. And what they'll do, like one time I was on Limbaugh and the screener asked me, he said, Joe, can you handle 17 million people? That's how many listeners. I said, sure, I'm totally relaxed. I'm totally confident being on national, just like I'm totally confident here. You got to find your gift. Your mom's gift is to encourage people, and that's why she can get to the top. Very few people had that. Just like Mitchell Morgan, what everybody ought to do, they ought to get on the phone and call Mitchell and say, I'm proud of you for being named Citizen of the Year. Why don't people do that, Cherie?
Let's talk
I'm
about.
proud of you. Listen, I want you to be nationally syndicated. Everybody needs a Cherie Martin to lift them up, and she can do it on national television just as easy as she can right here.
Right.
Right?
But we're going to do it right
Absolutely.
here from right here.
Right, that's
the
it.
thing.
We're
You
gonna
know,
make
I will
Ella J
never
the-
leave LJ.
Well, see, when I'm selling Ella J as the friendliest county in the history of the world, I say, listen, we got Cherie Martin, we got a television station here, we got a great talk show host. See, it's all selling. You got to sell. You get up, and in fact, what JC did, what JC's doing is going to all of our employees in the county, the government employees, and say, when somebody comes in, why, hello, Cherie, how are you?
Right.
What can we do for you, Miss
Right.
Martin? Thank you
Right.
for coming in, instead
Right.
of saying, what do you want?
Oh, oh,
What do you
oh,
want?
oh.
What do you want? It's all selling. You have
Yeah.
to sell yourself.
Yeah.
I had to sell myself to my wife. You right? I mean, you got to.
We've got to talk about something I am
Okay.
so crazy over right now.
Good.
Cutting taxes.
Well, okay.
We've got to do it because everybody, we did a little balance sheet and we looked at what it cost you. You reward yourself by having a nice home, and then you are punished for having a nice home because you get your tax bill. What can we do to lower taxes? Everybody is stressing. What do you say?
My son is meeting right now, and about 10 o'clock with some of the most powerful people in the country about getting Georgia recognized. My son wants to cut the state income tax. It's now 6%. He wants to cut it to 4%. And he's meeting with some of the most powerful people in the country in about 20 minutes at the Capitol.
Give the people their money back.
And yeah, see what you got to do. You got to give people incentives. Like here's the deal on stocks. Most of my income is capital gains. I'll pay 15%. Well, I'd like to eliminate that. You have a piece of property you've held for 30 years. You pay taxes every year on it.
Every year.
When you finally sell it, it ought to be 0.
Exactly.
You know what it takes? It takes
Exactly.
people. You know what I do? I'm thinking about changing my name to Cut Spending, Cut Tax McCutchen. Because the key to business, if we can make Gilmer County the lowest tax county in the country, what does that do? That
Everybody
attracts
comes
business.
here.
What happens if you raise taxes?
They
People say,
leave.
I don't want to go to Gilmer County. I don't want to go to Georgia. So my son Kelly, I'm working on cutting federal taxes. That's what I'm working spending, because we owe $14 trillion. That's what my life's goal. My life's goals are to do away with the federal deficit, make Gilmer County the most powerful, friendliest county in the history of the world, and then to what's the other one? Get everybody. Everybody can be a millionaire if you know what you. I always want to grab people. I talked to 2 waitresses, one 19 and 21. I said, you want to be millionaires? I said, I showed them this sheet, this little green sheet. I said, this is how you do it. You save and you learn the law of 72. The law of 72 is if your money grows 10% in 7 years, it doubles. And it can do that. Stock markets average that. Like I say, look at Coca-Cola. Buffett bought $1 billion worth of Coke. He's worth $13 billion just in Coca-Cola. I mean, it's doing what to do. You got to have knowledge. If you want to deal with the best football coach in the country, I think it's Paul Johnson at Georgia Tech. But it may be Mark Rick at Georgia. But you got to get to somebody who knows it. The key to making money or anything else is go to the top and deal with the best. That's what I've done. I deal with the top people in finance. Like Parrish, he's on all the national shows. Well, he's made me a lot of money. I call him up, Ted, what should I buy? Well, Joe, you need to buy. Told me to buy General Electric at 8. He's 20 today. 2.5. Bob Leftwich, who's been on the show, Bob Leftwich, Calvin Rowland bought Caterpillar for him at 29 a year and a half ago, it's 96.
Wow.
That's up 3.5. And,
He told me how much he had
so
made on that, and it was incredible.
So we called Bob Leftwich now. We don't call him Bob, but we call him Caterpillar Bob. So Bob, if you see Bob Leftwich around town, say, hello, Caterpillar Bob. But you know what did he do? He went to a good investing advisor, Calvin Rowland, and Calvin made him 3 times the money on Caterpillar, and then he told him to buy General Electric at 80/20. Now, you can't guarantee that to happen, but
Right.
Calvin, you got to have somebody that you know knows what they're doing, and that's the key. Be around positive people. You got to remember, there are 5 million millionaires in the country, 300 million people. About 1% of the people, the millionaires, are millionaires. You know how they get there? They don't listen to all this negative stuff. I've had people tell me, oh, you can't make money in the stock market. Listen, the facts are the Dow Jones has gone from 6,500 to 12,000 the last year and a half. I've made a lot of money on stocks. But you have people out there, oh, Joe, you can't make money. They don't know what they're talking about. But if you listen to them, if you want to listen, don't listen to the losers. Deal with winners. I've always dealt with winners. I like to be number one. I don't like... one of the happiest days of my life, in 1990, I was down on the field. Georgia Tech had just won the National Football Championship. And anytime Georgia Tech plays football, I want them to be number one. The day that Georgia Tech doesn't want to be number one, you're not going to ever get to the top if you don't have those goals. You got to want to be number one, right? You want to be number one, right? You're going to get there.
I do.
You lift people up. See, you find your gift. Her gift is encouragement. So she can lift up millions, just like she does here, but let's do it all over the world, right?
I hope to. I hope to. You know, you've been watching me, and for the last 6 weeks,
You told me you've had a rough time.
I have had a rough time. But through this, I have been more encouraged than ever because I've made it this 6 weeks. When 6 weeks ago, I thought, oh, 32 years, and I'm going to throw in the towel. And now, 6 weeks later, no, I'm going to succeed. But I want to ask you about this. You mentioned a waitress. Okay, you're talking to a waitress who's living on, you know, her tips, basically. And how do you take that woman's income and turn it into money?
I'd say if she really wants to talk to me about money, I'll say, honey, tell me how much you make. Joe, I only make $6,000 a year. Okay. All right. Can you figure out a way that you could save $100 this year? Well, Mr. McCutchen, I think maybe I could. Okay. Well, go talk to Paul or Calvin and tell them to invest that $100. Then next year you think maybe you can get up to $200. You start small, and then that money grows. See, the compound interest is the 7th wonder of the world. How I've made money is I don't owe any money to anybody. I paid off all my debt. Will kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have to do it. I've had it. I owed money for my home, but I got all my debts. I hadn't owed any money in 29 years. But I knew the danger of debt.
Y'all, we're going to take a break while I slap him. Because he's sitting here talking to a woman who has paid off $945,000 in 8 years. I'm going to slap you.
but see, you are realizing that.
Boy, did I goof.
Think what you would have done if you didn't have that $940,000.
Oh, yeah.
You would be a millionaire.
If I had invested in this, I would have $3 million.
And you're about the age that Oscar was when he was broke, and so in fact he was 59 years, going to be 60 or 60. Well, Oscar was 59, so you can do it.
Yeah.
But you know the danger.
It's hunker down and get her done.
You know, you hunker down. I mean, that's
it is
the
hunker
thing.
down and get her done.
Work with your banker and say, look, I'm having a struggle. I know I owe $5,000. I can only pay $200. Most bankers will work with you. You know, some of them may not.
I want to ask you something because the gentleman who is Citizen of the Year is also in the banking business.
Oh, he's a great guy.
The toughest time in the world to be in the banking business, especially a small bank.
Correct.
Okay, his small bank stock plummeted, but it's coming back.
Yes.
It's coming back. If you own bank stock today in local community banks, and we're not going to hold you to this, and nobody's going to come after you if it doesn't work. I sold my bank stock and made a few $1,000s.
Good.
Praise the Lord I did, because then it started down. But I say today, some of the local banks in Jasper are really being gossiped about, talked about. People are like, oh, the FDIC is going to shut this one down, shut this one down, shut this one down. I feel like they're all going to recover. I really do. I think they're going to recover.
I helped found the First State Bank here, which sold to Regis. I was chairman of the loan committee, so I know about finance. And I've held my stock. I've got a lot of it, and the low was 2.5.
Right.
It's 7. Even if it's 7 today, that bank stock I bought is worth 3.5 times what I paid for it.
Right.
So my belief is to hold. I remember when Exxon had the oil spill. People called me and said, "Oh, Joe, you better sell your Exxon stock." I didn't sell it. At the time, it was 33. It closed yesterday at 80.
Yeah.
But you see, you gotta be patient. I mean, just like you love your mother. If your mother gets sick, you're not going to sell her, are you?
Nope.
Give her away if I'm sick.
No, but see, she's going to get well. I mean, your stocks, you have to be. See, my theory is, if I buy a good solid stock like Procter & Gamble or Coca-Cola, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I know that if that long term, are people going to keep drinking Coca-Cola? Just like in India and China, Frank Ross, who was captain of the great undefeated Georgia football team, who I think will be president of Coke, he's vice president now. By the way, to show you how powerful Coca-Cola is, Paul Johnson, the Georgia Tech coach, he was talking to the president of Coca-Cola, who's a Georgia Tech graduate. He said, I need a new practice field. Brock sat down and wrote him a check for $3.5 million a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
That's how much Coca-Cola President believes in. Paul Johnson, the head coach, wrote him a check for $3.5 million. But showed you how much money he had that he could just sit down and write a check.
Right.
See, you could buy those good stocks, and you could. Anyway, Frank Ross, who's I think will be president of Coke, who's vice president now, he told me, he said, Joe, in India and China, there are 1 billion people each. They drink about 3 Cokes a year or 4. A year? A year. We drink 365. Listen, he told me he thought they'd double it. You know how many more Cokes that'd be? 8 billion more Cokes. You know what I did that day? I went out and bought some more Coca-Cola stock.
Oh, wow.
I believe in Coca-Cola now. But see, I mean, I think the numbers.
I help you. I keep you business.
See, you see, okay. So you may thank you for making me money. Anytime somebody drinks a Coke, they help make me money. I believe in Coca-Cola.
Probably buy a 12-pack every 3 or 4 days.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go in a store and look at all those Coke. I mean, and then here's another thing. You got one of the top people at Georgia, Frank Ross, a big officer in Coca-Cola. Then you got the president of Coca-Cola Enterprise, John Brock, a Georgia Tech graduate. Guess what? You got Tech and Georgia together. You put Tech and Georgia together, the state of Georgia, you got the most powerful. They drink Coca-Cola.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to ask a trivia question. Who sells more Coca-Cola product than anybody in the world? And I bet you don't know.
McDonald's?
No. The Varsity.
Oh, the
Varsity. The Varsity.
Well, I went to Georgia Tech, and I knew Mr. Gordy, he owns it. I know his daughter now, Nancy Sims, who owns it, and that's amazing. Here it is, a hamburger and a hot dog, which anybody can cook, but they know how to market. It's selling.
Oh, yeah.
See, they made
it is all about marketing.
What you do is you get everybody to talk about it. See, when I used to go to the Varsity, Mr. Gordy would come up to me. He owned it. He'd say, Joe, how you doing? Good to see you. I was just a young tech student. But see, he made me loyal to the Varsity. He said, good to see you. It's personal contact. See, just like what I'd suggest everybody do, tell all your friends and family, listen to the Cherie Martin Show. We want to get her nationally syndicated. Let's watch her, right?
Right.
Sell.
I have a question. Okay, so I'm in the shoes of the waitress, and in a year's time, it takes me that long to save up $100 extra for stock. But then I've also got to get someone to help me with it, an investment person.
That to get somebody like Calvin.
How much do they cost? Of my $100.
Well, it's very small. I mean, look, like on Caterpillar, I've got Caterpillar stock. It's gone from 29 to 90. When I bought it, I paid 1%. Well, I've made 3 times that. I mean, I've made 29 to 90. I paid $1 commission, so I made $60 on the stock. So paying Calvin Rowland $1, is that any big deal? Listen.
Do you pay them when you first go? See,
No.
You
don't pay them until you buy.
Okay.
See, you don't. If you went into Calvin and you bought a Coca-Cola today, Coca-Cola stock right now, as we talk, is 65. If you bought 100 shares, that'd be $6,500. If you bought 650, that would be about 650. You would pay approximately 2%. The smaller amount you buy, the more you buy, the less you pay percentage-wise. But you would probably pay on 650, probably about 10% of 650, about $30. And the stock doubles in 2 years. You don't begrudge him. I don't ever begrudge anybody. I'd rather pay the best, somebody like Calvin, than go out and get. You don't know it. I know it pretty good. You got to have somebody like Calvin.
I would buy stock that would hit the bottom the next day. I do that. I mean,
I've got Calvin on my show, my television show, March the 3rd. By the way, I've got Mitchell March 10th. But yeah, I mean, you need to sit down with Calvin or Paul Kiker. You got to deal with people that know what they're doing, and that's what I've done.
Right.
That's what you do.
I would have to.
Well, we need 2 million Joe McCutchens in the state of Georgia to bring business to Georgia, to cut our taxes. Lord, please give us a break and cut our taxes.
What my goal is, when on my tombstone, how they may put, cut spending, cut taxes, McCutchen died so-and-so here today.
Well,
you'll be here when I'm long
gone. Listen, I tell you something else. I walk 4 miles every day.
I know.
And that's why I'm high energy.
Right.
And look at every successful person, they have energy. I walk my 4 miles, I'm so fired up. I walk with a doctor at Sea Island where we have a home, and he's a great doctor. And I say, what kind of shape I'm in? He said, boy, you're in great shape.
Yeah.
Because I'll do it 4 miles every day.
Yeah.
And you know what I do when I'm walking 4 miles? I'm thinking who I'm going to have on my television show or on the radio show, who I'm going to call in, what I'm going to call in about, or what stocks I'm going to buy. And I do my best thinking.
So your mind is as busy as your body is.
My mind is busy, but
Yeah.
see, I'm using my body. See, God only gave us one body. If you would walk, and that's another thing I want to say, if you can't walk an hour like I do every day, start with 5 minutes. And then while you're doing that 5-minute walk, praise yourself. Say, boy, I walked 5 minutes.
I've got to say, I'm glad you said that. I've got to say congratulations to my friend Lois Chastain, who just lost 39 pounds.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
That's great.
She wants to lose 100. I see her doing this. She is very pumped up, very positive, and congratulations to her. When the doctor weighs you and they look down and go, whoa, go girl, you know you've done well.
You look at somebody like Farrell Starnes, who we both love. Farrell's is a good-looking woman, and she stays trim.
Oh yeah, she's
You know
beautiful.
what I'm saying?
She's beautiful.
So I mean, you got and you got to think positive. I mean, don't think there are people out there who'll tell.
But don't beat yourself up if you
Don't
gain
ever.
5 pounds either.
Don't ever beat yourself up. I mean, if somebody says, "Cherie, I love your show," don't say, "Oh, now you know my show's not that good." Say thank you.
Oh yeah.
Don't ever.
I say you love it because it's great.
Don't ever make. I get up every day and I say, "Joe McCutchen, you're great, and you're going to be even greater tomorrow." See?
We've got to do something. We never do. We
Well,
never
we've got
say
birthdays.
goodbye here, but we've got a few birthdays and we've got to draw a birthday drawing. Okay.
We've got Terry Payne, January 28th from Mom and Dad. Happy birthday. Brian Lowry, January 28th, 39 from your loving mother. And Nathan Donaldson, 19 years old.
Hey, Nato.
on
Happy birthday.
January 27th.
Happy birthday to each of you. And we are going to draw today, and you remember the cake comes from many of our local bakeries. And draw. Okay, and then we're going to go off the air and eat us a Subway from Gabriel's.
Oh, Brian Lowry.
Brian Lowry, happy birthday to you and congratulations. You just won a cake from one of our bakeries. We want to thank everybody for coming on board and being here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 a.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m. Don't forget, tonight, McKaysville, Georgia, Smoke on the Mountain. We will be there, and we hope you will be there, too. Thank you, Joe Kelly McCutchen.
Thank you. Y'all are great. Thank you.
Today is the beginning of the rest of our life. Go outside, look at the sunshine, and say, thank you, Lord. It's going to be a great
Yesterday,
2011.
the weather was so good.
The year of recovery. We are out of
It'll be a great weekend, too.
We are out of here, and we will see you again only on ETC3.
Lord, the light of your love is shining in the midst of the darkness shining. Jesus, light of the world, shine upon us. Set us free with the truth you now bring us. Shine on